said, tomorrow afternoon is a huge day in hockey. The 1980 Olympic hockey team will be reunited to play the Boston Bruins alumni team, the Oldies Black and Goldies. It's up to Herb Brooks to win one more game. This is Herb Brooks. He was the head coach, and Phil Verchota, the left wing on the 1980 Olympic hockey team. Herb, it's going to be great for you to be back here to coach all the guys one more time.
It'll be fun tomorrow. I just hope the Bruins take it easy on us.
You said that you actually stopped coaching. All the years that you put into coaching, now you're done coaching. It's been a year and a half. You doing all right without it?
Yep, doing all right.
Simple as that. Now, Phil, you played under Coach Brooks for 4 years at Minnesota and on the Olympic team. Was his coaching style any different on the Olympic team than it was in Minnesota?
I really don't think so, Hart. I think the last year of our college career, he started playing a much more of a European style, much more of a skating game, which ultimately is the kind of game that we ended up playing in the Olympics.
How about you as a coach? Was it different to be coaching the kids, actually an all-star team essentially of kids, where maybe you didn't have to teach quite so much and maybe just let them play a little bit more?
Well, the team we had in 80, there wasn't a lot of teaching. It was more coaching, and there's a difference between teaching and coaching. They all came from good hockey programs. They had some good fundamentals. It was more systems, tactics, and organization.
What about when you went on to the NHL? You spent some time with Minnesota, you spent some time with the Rangers. Was that a successful experience in your belief, or was your highlight really coaching that 80 Olympic team or your college teams?
Well, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of both. I enjoyed my 6 years in the National Hockey League, enjoyed the college scene, enjoyed the Olympics. It's hard to pick and choose.
Now, Phil, you also played on the 1984 team. That must have been a very difficult thing for you, because every Olympic hockey team since then, since 1980, has had to try and redo what the 80 team did. And here you are actually having played on that 80 team, trying to redo what you did.
Well, I think it was a little different atmosphere. There's no doubt about it. I think there were a lot more expectations. We certainly weren't going to sneak up on anybody. And then we were playing the games out of the country. So it was a completely different type of an atmosphere.
Coach, were you surprised at the success that your team had back in 1980? The people, the American people, of course, were. But you as a coach now, with having 15 years of reflecting, were you surprised at how well your team did?
No, not really. I'm not saying that I'm surprised we won a gold medal, but I would have been disappointed if they hadn't played well, because we had a good team. They had some good athletes. We had high expectations, and that's it.
And now that 15 years later, do you think there's undue pressure put on every coach since you in order to repeat any sort of value that you had?
I get a kick out of some of the teams, maybe that Phil played on and the other ones, and I would look at it a little different. I would say, hey, they won it in 80, we can do it.
Right.
I seen too many remarks why they said, well, they won it in 80, so there's too much pressure on us.
Right.
I thought it was, I thought they looked at it entirely different. They should have looked at it as a positive, motivational thing, and that should have gave them a lot of impetus to do something. I just think I read too many comments that were almost self-defeating.
And Phil, in that 84 team, was that more or less the attitude that it was actually self-defeating, or were you using that 80 experience as sort of a springboard for you guys?
It's really a hard question, I guess, right now, Hart. I think, in the back of a lot of players' minds, there was a lot of expectation. I have to agree with Herb too. You can use those things either way.
Well, one more time tomorrow, we'll see if Herb Brooks can rally his troops one more time. There's no gold medal on the line, but there sure is a heck of a lot of pride. Herb and Phil, thank you very much.